Chapter 14. The Enchanted Forest. Mrs. Bunny got tired of so many people telling her that the enchanted forest was actually a haunted forest. They were worried about her being abducted or eaten or turned into a toad. She finally agreed to go on horseback. The palomino she chose to ride was named Blue. It turned out that Blue was way too big, so instead she chose a pony named Bob. Bob was slow, steady, and mellow, and would take good care of Mrs. Bunny. They were both quite excited about going to the enchanted forest. Mrs. Bunny packed a big bag of carrots for them to share. Once the two travelers went through the doorway, they entered a whole different realm. It was magical and surreal. A pristine, verdant, primordial forest opened up in front of them. Wow! They heard lovely singing, and it made the experience even more thrilling. Walking along, it felt as though they were on another planet. The air was moist and cool and smelled like the color green.
I hear notes inside of me. If you want to, you'll hear too. You must listen with your heart and must be quiet for this to start. I can't show you, but if you believe, you will see that this is true. There is a symphony inside each one of us. I promise you that if you open your heart, you'll hear this sweet music start. I hear a symphony inside, and when you hear this music too, then you will know that it's true. It's true, the soul can sing too. I hear notes so sweet it hurts. If you want to, you can too. You must listen with your heart. All must be silent, and this will start. Come walk with me, feel the gentle breeze, hear the rustling of the tree. There is a symphony inside, and I know you will feel it too. And when you open your heart, you'll feel your soul's music start. I hear a symphony inside, and when you hear this music too, then you will know that it's true. It's true, the soul can sing too.
Mrs. Bunny felt enchanted by the lovely words, and she knew them to be so. Then she and her faithful equine friend came to a tree that looked like a little habitation, just like On My Side of the Mountain, which was one of Charlie's favorite books. Suddenly, out of the tree popped a funny-looking character called a gargoyle. She had been the one singing. Mrs. Bunny complimented her singing and introduced herself. The gargoyle said her name was Margie. Margie introduced them to Lilith, who was Margie's best friend, and she was a puppy pig. Mrs. Bunny thought this was splendid and invited them both to come visit in Colorville, especially on a Friday, so they could watch the talent display and could even join in on the fun. They asked if their friend Grendel could come too. He was kind of terrifying as he was 10 feet tall. They assured Mrs. Bunny that he was actually very nice and his singing voice was a low baritone. Mrs. Bunny said sure. The three funny characters led them further into the forest and invited them to lunch. Oh my! They were having red peppers and lilacs. Yum, yum. I guess it was everyone's favorite because it sure didn't last long. Mrs. Bunny had to take a little nap. Then she decided to go home and return a different day. Everyone was super happy to see Mrs. Bunny, especially the ones that thought she was going to be eaten or thrown in a dungeon. We love you, Mrs. Bunny. I love you guys too. And now it's time for bed. Good night, everyone.